Now, while the battle against insecurity in Anambra State, turning the tide for lasting peace, the issue of sit-at-home remains a block. After a week closure of the Onitsha Main Market, the state government has announced its reopening on Monday, the 2nd of February, for full commercial and economic activities. Governor Charles Soludo warned that non-compliance with the directive to ignore sit-at-home could lead to longer closure or harsher measures. In a statement issued, the State Commissioner for Information, Law Mefor, confirmed that the one-week closure had expired over the weekend. The government urged residents to disregard threats from non-state actors, reaffirming its commitment to providing maximum security. All right, we talked about this matter, last week, but the market is now reopened. Do you think this punitive measure by the governor has sent a strong message to permanently end sit-at-home on Mondays in Anambra State?
Yeah, I think the governor put his mouth where the word is decided on his own that enough is enough. There's a Yoruba proverb roughly translated to two goats cannot drink from the same pot.
Okay.
There can only be one governor at a time, only one ruler at one particular time. And right now, that's Charles Soludo. So IPOB will either have to go and create their own state and leave Anambra for him. One must give. So that's why I'm very happy that the governor did what he did. Because sometimes you have to show tough love to get people to come back to their senses. It's not always easy to go against popular opinion. But sometimes you have to give a child medicine that is very, very bitter. So he can get well. And I think those people who are keeping our brothers in the southeast at home are really, really sick. Because you are not hurting the federal government. Your zone is not really at that level that can bring down institutions in Nigeria. You are not producing the oil. I'm giving an example that the South Side can do to get away with things like this. You are not in charge of the financial aspects that the Southwest can do to get away with this. You don't have that kind of leverage. And so you're only polishing those people who are your own people. So I think the governor is very correct. The best thing to do is to apply the stick. And that's what he has done.
And that's what he has done. I mean, so some of the traders, they said that fear and not defiance was the reason they gave, for not opening their shop. But now that it is open, you think the governor sent a strong message or the right message to end this matter once and for all?
I'm actually expecting that the governor should also go ahead, should also provide adequate security because it's a two-way thing. As much as the governor has to take that decision, because it is easy to take that decision. It is easy to say that enough of this, because it started with the teachers, started with other public workers to now say the market too must come back to life. The governor probably is coming a bit late into the party. If you look at what the Enugu State governor did, he started from day one. He didn't pretend about it, but I think the governor wanted to get, that's my assumption, he wanted to get the second time before unleashing the might that he has. So whichever way, the decision is not wrong, but I feel that it should also ensure that there is security. Let those who are scared, those who are saying that we are scared, let them be assured. By the time they do it 3 Mondays, I think that confidence will gradually come and people will know that, it's not really after, it's really after our welfare. It's not just showing us his might. He wants us to prosper. If you know how much the Southeast is losing every Monday, they've done the analysis and it is crazy.
But BKO, how do you weigh in here on this matter? The market is now open. And we now say the sit-at-home in the States is now over.
We can't say the sit-at-home is over. The governor has merely targeted the Onitsha Main Market, which is seen as the largest in West Africa. According to him, he's been begging them for 4 years that, look, this is not good for us. This is not good for our state. It's not good for the Southeast. But some traders have become so accustomed to taking their break on a Monday. And according to him, that is when some of them just sit down to drink beer. They don't go out, they just drink beer. And the governor felt, look, this situation is grossly exaggerated. The security situation is grossly exaggerated. If you open your shops, nothing will happen. He had discussed with them, they wouldn't listen. And to a large extent, I believe the governor, because after we had our media chat with him, we all traveled. Some of us going straight to Lagos. Some of us, we went to Enugu to connect a flight, either to Abuja or to Lagos. We traveled by road. And there was no problem. Nobody challenged us along the way to Enugu. We drove there, we arrived safely, and we boarded our planes. And this was what the governor assured us. He said, look, go wherever you want to go. Nothing will happen. So just simply listen to some non-state actors and refusing to open your shops. I think the governor just got fed up that, look, if I don't use extraordinary means, this nonsense will not stop. And his question was, how come that in other southeastern states, people are opening their shops on Mondays? At least we know that Enugu, they've been opening their shops for years now. So if people will open their shops in Ebonyi, if they will open their shops in Enugu, why not Anambra State? And the governor reminded them that Nnamdi Kanu, who instituted the sit-at-home, has already renounced it. At least I know that there was a meeting held inside this detention facility at the DSS headquarters with Eze Chukwuemeka Eri of Obugad present, the late Ifeanyi Uba, Senator Ifeanyi Uba present, Senator Abaribe, the chairman of the Southeast Caucus in the Senate. They were all present when Nnamdi Kanu wrote in his own hand to say, okay, from now on, there should be no sit-at-home in the East. It used to be every Monday. They changed it to only days when he's being brought to court. Later on, he said, I don't even want it anymore. That's the person who instituted it. So cultists and other non-state actors who are now enforcing something that the author has said is no longer interested in. Why should people listen to such people? So you can see now the same people said, no, it will not work, this and that. They are the ones who have now agreed with the governor that, okay, we will be opening our shops on Monday, but please provide security. And the governor said the security provided there at this time is enough. So what has happened since they opened? How many people have been killed? So sometimes leaders have to take extraordinary measures to achieve their aim. Look at all the money that the Southeast loses. The Igbo man prefers to open his container on a Monday morning. That is their tradition. But those days, because of the fear that some people have put in the hearts of people, they prefer to move their businesses outside of the Southeast. And look at the states benefiting. States like Akwa Ibom, states like Delta. Many people prefer to take their children to school in Delta State rather than Anambra. So great leaders confront challenges. They confront challenges and deal decisively with any stumbling block along their way. And that is what we have seen Governor Soludo doing. This is what we've seen him doing, and I commend him for taking this step, the same way that I commend the governor of Enugu State, because from the beginning he said, no, I'm not going to tolerate this nonsense. There will be nothing like sit-at-home in my state. And he started fighting. And the women were happy to open their shops in Enugu State. So I'm happy to read that, oh, those shops were open and nothing happened. This is what we want to see. provide them with security as they've demanded for. But if we provide security and they still don't want to come out, then whatever the governor does to them, they should be happy. They should take it on the chin, because the governor wants the economy to grow. This is a market where people come all over from, even as far as Southern African Republic, to come and trade. And you want to turn the market to something else. People come and buy in bulk all the way from Togo, Ghana.
Okay.
So the image of the market is being restored, and kudos to the governor for the effort that he's making.
Okay. I mean, but another thing is, if this resistance persists, what approach would you suggest? Close the market again?
That's what the governor has said. And the governor is just trying to say that let's take this decision, let's face this fear forward, you know, rather than saying, oh, we're scared, they're going to. Because look at it logically. The man that is being attributed as giving this order has dissociated himself. That's Nnamdi Kanu.
Okay.
And the other one who wants to steal the show and act as if he is the, which Nnamdi Kanu described as impostor, talking about Simon Ekpa, is he's in jail. So who is giving you directive, if not that these are criminal elements? So I think the bottom line is let's work together. That's what the governor is saying. Let's do this. It may be sounding very insensitive, it may be sounding, you know, more like this, but he needs to take that decision. You know, when you push someone to the wall and he's saying, for God's sake, you know, even the state where Nnamdi Kanu came from in Abia, the seat at home is not this.
I mean, but another thing is, do you think the governor should also do more to reassure the citizen, the residents, that your safety is guaranteed? Go ahead and open up.
I'm sure the governor is aware that this is an ongoing story.
Okay.
It's not a one-off. So his job is to provide security anyway.
Yeah, Section 14.
That's the job of the governor. So what he needed to do basically is to ensure that the next few weeks there were no fifth columnists, no attacks were allowed. Because our people are very funny. And another 2-3 weeks now, if they are not careful, somebody will just come and cause mayhem, and then we are back to square one. That is what the governor ought to look out for. It's not yet. There's still a long way to go.
There's still a long way to go. All right, gentlemen, we need to pay some bills. Let's go on this quick break, and when we return, the conversation continues. Don't go away. This is John.